Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be all of my makeup and beauty empties of 2022. Welcome to everybody watching today. If you're into eyeshadow palettes, S's and Catrice, and getting the use out of your makeup the way I am, then definitely stay tuned because this is everything that I used up, makeup and beauty-wise, in the past year. Now, a few disclaimers before we get into things. 2022 wasn't exactly a great year for me. I had a lot of health scares, some mental health issues that I was going through, and I found that it greatly affected like my willingness to do my makeup, and with that, like the skincare I was using and everything else. So I don't think there is going to be as much as I used up last year. I definitely think it's going to be less, but I'll show you some totals, etc. as we're going along at this moment in time. I don't know yet what the totals are going to be. That's something I'm gonna have to calculate after I film the video. But yeah, there are like some skincare bits right here in the middle. I've got some body care bits right off to the right. Then I've got some like general things here, and then I have some hair care bits here. So I definitely changed up my routine a little bit in the year, and I definitely think it affected how I went about things. And that little white cubby there, that's all the makeup I used up. So we're gonna end the video with that, but let me just speed you through everything that's going on here. I tend to go back to the same things all the time when it comes to hair care and body care, so that's why I never really make content about that a lot. Skincare, I have reviews up, I think for all of these products over on the blog, so I can link as many of those down below. Also, the makeup products will have been reviewed up on the blog. That's just the way things go. So let's start with the boring bit, which is over here, which is just general trash, you could say. I don't really use a lot of cotton rounds anymore, so there's only 2 packs I went through. I tend to use muslin cloths mostly, so I don't tend to use these as often. I have 6 packs of makeup wipes that I went through, and these I use to take off swatches and do all that with. I always get them from Kruidvat, which is our local drugstore here. I used to go for the pink ones before, but they seem to have discontinued these. And now they're doing the purple ones, but I didn't like them as much. So I'm now preferring their micellar wipes. These are nice. I don't use these on my face at all, just for taking off swatches or anything like that. And I did a lot of swatch videos this year, so there's a lot of swatches I went through. And then we have cotton swabs, cotton, whatever you call these in English, I don't know. These were ones that I just used up this year. These I've had for a long time. These were particularly nice for taking off your makeup, so I did repurchase these. So these come with a flat edge and a pointed tip, which is really easy, for instance, if you smudge your mascara or do something as you're doing your makeup, but I didn't go through that very quickly, so that's why it's here now. And then just regular ones again. And these were a travel size thing I got on vacation one point. I was like, might as well just use it up. And then these are the only things I have to show you because I think I used up more than just these 2, but I forgot to keep the wrappers. But these are Lush bath bombs. I now have a bathtub. It's actually right there in the corner. I'm filming this in my bedroom. It's actually one you can store away. It's like a adult size baby tub, you could say, but yeah. You can just like fit it into your shower and then you can take a bath, which is great if you don't have room for an actual full-size bath. So I went through Sleepy Bear and Lord of Misrule, and I tried a patchouli one, but Lord of Misrule so far has been my favorite one, so I did repurchase those. So I have a couple of backups. And then we have hair care over here to the side, so just some bits. I actually got a haircut at the end of 2021, so my hair has been a lot shorter, meaning there are very often hair care products I just don't use anymore, or the ones that I am using I'm no longer going through as quickly. Plus I actually upgraded to a lot of my hairdresser brand products, and those just tend to last a lot longer than things from the drugstore. But I went through a dry shampoo. I hardly use dry shampoo anymore now that my hair is short, because I just tend to wash it quicker now that it's shorter. One of these oil Nutrif sprays from Glisgur. This has been my go-to for years if you want to keep your hair detangled and a little bit more shiny. And then also from Glisgur, the cream wax. This is a styling wax, which is actually really helpful, but I'm now using one that I have from the hairdresser, and it takes ages to go through. And something else that took me ages to go through was this. This is an argan oil that I found in the hair section of my drugstore. It's by the brand Yari, and I used this as a hair oil for a long time. Again, now I have one for my hairdresser. And then we just have a lot of Lush, and I'm going to keep the Lush thing separately because Lush products can be returned once empty. And instead of just getting a face mask, you can now get a bit of money off of your next purchase. So since I tend to only use Lush hair care, I tend to go there quite often. So I've got two of the Daddy-O, a mini and a larger size. This is a, you can still see it here a bit. It's a purple shampoo that is really great for when you want to make sure your hair stays blonde. If you've got naturally blonde hair, I still need to clean this out, I now see. So I usually just stick them in the dishwasher and then they're clean. Then for shampoo, the Cynthia Sylvia Stout. This was an online exclusive. It's a beer enriched shampoo, which was nice, but I did go back to my Fairly Traded Honey. That is my favorite. And since my hair has been shorter, I've been using less shampoo, so I don't go through this as quickly. What I do go through pretty quickly is the Candy Rain conditioner. So this is my favorite conditioner. It's very sweet smelling, but I quite like it. It's very rich, very creamy, and I love what it does for my hair. And then I tried some of their curl line. They came out with a curl line in 2021, I think, and I used up the Curl Power hair cream, and this was nice, but not something I need to repurchase. Moving over to the right here, we've got some toothpaste. I always use the same one. I know, boring, but you know, I think I went through more toothpaste than this actually, but apparently it's not here. I probably just chucked it in the bin. Deodorant, my favorite one is the Go Fresh with the pear smell from Dove. Went through 5 of these. I'm not sure, is that a lot or not? I don't know. I think I usually keep I keep a bottle in my like bike bag, in my workout bag. Like I've got deodorant all over the place, and sometimes I just chuck them when I'm done, so this is definitely not everything. For like body lotion, I tend to use body butters, but I did discover the Sleepy hand lotion and body lotion from Lush, because I tend to use it more so as hand cream and foot cream. This was nice enough for my hands, but I didn't love it enough for my feet, so that's why I stopped purchasing it. It's not rich enough, but I love the scent of this. And finally, the Shea and Argan Body Butters from The Body Shop. The Body Shop is one of my other favorite brand for like body care stuff, so that's pretty much exclusively what I use most of the time. And then we have body wash. So then the Original Source Mint and Tea Tree Shower Gel. I love this stuff. I buy this in the UK though, so I didn't have one. Like this was the one I had left, but then I knew I was going to London and I bought 2 of the giant sizes in backup. It's like the only shower gel I use outside of like the Body Shops. So I've got a Vanilla Pumpkin, 2 of the Zesty Lemon, Cool Daisy, which I didn't love, and the lemon one, and a travel size of the British Rose. And then everything else that's left is some form of skincare cleanser, that whole shenanigans. So I've got a couple of micellar waters at the top. Again, I have not been using micellar waters anymore all that often to take off like a full face of makeup or cleansing my face in the morning. I tend to use it only for like correcting makeup mistakes, which is why there aren't any more as many as I used to go through. And then I have the Altera foaming cream. Or cleansing foam, that's pretty much what it says in German. This was sent to me from Germany, and this was a really nice foaming cleanser for in my shower. So just used it up the other day as well. This lasted a long time. Then the Lush Angels on Bare Skin. I go back to this all the time. It's one of the OG favorite products. I use this in my shower too. Like it's a bit of a scrubbing action, so I do like it for that. And finally, the saddest cleanser on the planet, the cap of this broke. This is a Juno & Co. Juno Skin Clean 10 Cleansing Balm. This is a great cleansing balm. It comes with quite a bit of product. It lasted a long time, but if the jar does this after a couple of uses, I couldn't close it anymore. So there was a bit of a, like I had luckily had this, but it got really gross and sticky really quickly, so I will not be repurchasing that. This was sent to me in PR. So, and I decided to group it all together for you, but I tried quite a lot of Essence and Catrice skincare up here, as you can see. So it's a lot of like, I really like this face cream actually. This is a really nice moisturizer, but I think they discontinued it super quickly, as they do. The Hello Good Stuff Sicca face cream from Essence was nice. I liked the herbal face mist so much that I repurchased it before they discontinued it, and I liked it a lot. The Happy Bliss face spray was a little less of a success for me, so I didn't repurchase that, but it was nice enough. The Sensitive Skin Face Serum was lovely from Essence. This is maybe one I should repurchase at some point if they still do it. This was a disaster though. This is the Essence Hydro Hero under eye stick. I mean, it's too big to really fit into your under eye, and it did nothing to hydrate it, so that one I just wanted to show you as a bit of a dud product. These were okay, but nothing too special, and that's how I also feel about this face oil from Catrice. This was from their Disney Classics collection. I mean, Essence and Catrice skincare is great if you're not looking for your skincare to do too much. Like if you're a teenager or in your early 20s and you want to get started with skincare, they do some nice things, but I'm in my late 30s. I need a bit more, I feel, so that's why I'm definitely switching things up now. These are all the moisturizers I went through in the past year. This is the turmeric moisturizer from the Inkey List. I like this okay, but I went through it very quickly. It's very thin, and it took a lot of product for it to get the effect that I needed it to have, so not worth a repurchase. The Body Shop CBD Replenishing Moisture Cream. This is actually targeted at dehydrated skin. This is the first time that I'm finding a product that is targeted at my skin type particularly. Very often creams are aimed at dry skin, but not dehydrated skin. And I love this. I've already bought it again as a backup. This sadly wasn't the best. The Biodermal PCLA Fluide. This is a Dutch skincare brand. In case you were wondering why I was sounding a bit differently there. And this was nice. This is actually a line targeted at very sensitive skin, but this had so much alcohol in that it stung my eyes. And after a few uses, that stinging sensation went away. But in my opinion, that's not something for sensitive skin should do. Definitely went back a couple of times, and it really depended on what I layered underneath this, how effective it was. So this is not something I'm loving. This I did love, the Vitamin C Glow Protect Lotion from The Body Shop. I have finally found The Body Shop moisturizer that I like for the daytime. So I have 2 of these in backup. And another great moisturizer that I've again repurchased from France when I was there, the Cicaplast Baume B5 from La Roche-Posay. I got it in the bigger size. I still have one of this size also with the SPF in. But I decided to commit and buy the fuller size one of this because I love this stuff. If you have sensitive skin, you need something rich and creamy, this is great. And finally, I have a small size of the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. I had a little set, as you can see, with some Glow Recipe products in. It was called the Glow Baby set, just to try the brand and see if I liked it. Apart from the eye cream, I didn't like any of these. This moisturizer was far too thin and not rich enough for my dry skin. So let me then talk about the rest of my Glow Recipe products here. So this was the cleanser. This is the Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser. I didn't love this either. Glow Recipe products are very heavily fragranced, which I normally don't like in my makeup either. And in this case, because it's so sweet smelling and it had this very lingering scent, I didn't love it. And that was definitely the case here. This did last a good time. Like for how small this is, I was able to get a lot of uses out of it. And I was using that in the morning time mainly. Then the Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask. This I did like, but the scent just threw me off. So as like a nighttime moisturizer, this is nice, but I know I don't need a full size of this. And then the Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore Tight Toner. This was nice, but for me, these things are always a bit too drying. I need toners that are more hydrating than this. And then the Avocado Melt Eye Sleeping Mask with Retinol, also from Glow Recipe. This is great. I did like this. This may be worth a repurchase. This didn't have any like true scent. I mean, avocado in itself doesn't have much of a scent, but I believe it's as expensive as the Kiehl's avocado eye treatment, and I feel I get the same result with that. So if that's cheaper, might as well buy that. I used up a face spritz, the Lush Aroma Toner Water. I actually, when I filmed my skincare routine, I showed you this and I called it the Breath of Fresh Air, which is another one of their toners, but I like this one better. I now have the bigger size of this. Then I have the Lip Repair by O'Keeffe's Overnight Lip Balm. This was lovely. I really liked it. I was introduced to this brand by my mom, who found their hand cream very helpful for her very dry hands. And then I spotted this very randomly on the website and I was like, might as well try that. And I really liked it. One of my all-time favorite eye creams, the De Tuine Oog Serum from, well, a local brand here. You can get this in the Netherlands from Holland & Barrett. They used to be called De Tuine, but they still sell this product under the De Tuine brand. And this is great. It's very lightweight and it comes with a ton of product. Very often eye cream comes in like the smallest packaging ever, but this comes with 50 mils, which is why I haven't used up many other eye creams this year, because this can be nighttime, morning time. I can use it every single time and it's great. SPF, not a lot here because I wasn't going out a lot. This was actually an example of something I didn't like. This is the La Roche-Posay Antellius 50 Plus Shaka Fluid Ultra Protection. That's what this is one that a lot of people recommended to me when I asked for SPF recommendations. This has so much alcohol in that I can feel it drying out my skin when I put it on. So this wasn't great. If you have oilier skin, you might like this, but I have found a new favorite in the La Roche-Posay, the Hydrating UV Moon 400. They launched it this year. It's been my go-to ever since, and now I like putting on SPF again. I used up some face oils, some bougie options, and something that's more affordable. So I have the Kiko one. This was from their Precious Rituals limited edition collection. This was so heavily fragranced that I didn't like it, but I soldiered on with it and used it up. As far as face oils go, this was good. It was nice, but I don't think I need to repurchase this anytime soon. I don't think you can. It was limited edition. And then I had two Herbivore products, the Orchid and Emerald face oils. And of the two, I liked the Emerald the best. It's the more hydrating one of the two. The Orchid I had for a while. And this was recommended to me at the time by the sales associate. But I think the Emerald, which launched a lot later, is actually one that I may have to repurchase because I didn't really like it. My first true foray into trying a retinol, and I chose the Ordinary's Grand Active Retinoid with 2% emulsion. This went bad on me really quickly, which retinols tend to do, but I can only use a retinol like once a week, if that. So I'm now trying one from the Inky list to see if I like that. And I still have a couple of like French pharmacy brands as well to try out after that, once that one is bad. But this one, I don't know, I haven't I haven't delved into retinol enough to really be able to have an opinion on it. So I'm just gonna not say too much about this. And then I have some a polyglumatic acid, which is sort of like an upgraded version of like a hyaluronic acid. At least that's how the Inky list kind of sold it to me. This was okay, but it smelled like sugar, like it had the consistency of sugar syrup. And it smelled really sugary, so I'm not entirely sure. With the Inky list, I have found that there are some really strange scents. Not because it's fragrance, but just because of how the ingredients coming together. I mean, that retinol I'm now trying, it smells like fish. So I'm not sure I love the Inky list for that. Like, I don't want there to be like perfumey fragrance in my products, but I also don't want there to be this very strong fragrance of something else in there. I used this up, the Clinique Moisture Surge. I think this was already discontinued, but this was a nice serum. I liked it. And then another serum I used up was the Ordinary's Niacinamide, 10% with zinc. Niacinamide is one of my favorite skincare ingredients. It does wonders for my skin, but this formulation wasn't the best. I'm gonna go back to my Good Molecules one for sure. So I've zoomed you in a little bit closer so you can actually see the makeup quite well. And you can see exactly what kind of products I like using up when it comes to makeup. There are a couple of more exciting bits in here as well, so let me just get stuck in the boring bits. Mascara. Who doesn't use up this many mascaras in a year? They dry out, of course, so I tend to switch them out every 3 months or so. There's a bit more here because I find that the Essence ones don't last as long. They last like 4 to 6 weeks before you need to replace them, which is a bit of a shame. But I used up 2 of my favorite Maybelline lash lifts. The Catrice Lash Changer mascara. This is a really nice one as well. I really enjoyed it. I should repurchase it at some point because this is a good one too. I've got 3 Essence ones. I've got the I Heart Extreme, the Lash Princess Curl and Volume, which was new this year, but I didn't love it. The green one, the False Lash Effect, is my favorite. And then I just have the Kiko one that I was using in December. This is nice enough, but it's not necessarily my favorite. And then I have 4 of the Catrice Glam & Doll. I use these to waterproof any mascara I'm using, and they're perfect for that. Also boring bits, brow gels. I went through 3 of these, and 2 of these I had to stop using because they became so gross because these were transparent. But as you can see, they've gone very brown and cloudy, and both of them glooped up and thickened up before I could use them up completely. So they became unusable before I could use them up. So it's the Super Glue from Catrice and the Clean ID Hydro Brow Gel from Catrice. The Essence Make Me Brow though, we all know how I feel about this guy. I love this little thing, and I went through another one this year. I also have some brow pencils. The writing has rubbed off, but this is the Soap & Glory Archery Brow Pencil. My all-time favorite brow pencil. The Catrice Brow Pen Pro, really nice. I may actually want to keep this around because I really like this spoolie bit, even though I wasn't using it, so maybe I shouldn't. And this is by Revolution. This is the Revolution Pro Brow Pencil. I use up some primers by Essence and Catrice because who am I? They release a lot of things and then I try them. So the Hydrator was really nice. This is a good one. The Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer is really nice. A lot of people have compared this to some Glow Recipe products. It also has that watermelon scent, but I feel this lingers far shorter than the Glow Recipe stuff. So I like this a lot better. And this is definitely more of a makeup product than a skincare product to me. And then I also tried the Primer Serum Hydrate and Plump with a blueberry and squalane, and I like this as well, but this one has a pump, so I liked it a bit better. And then again, a category that's easier to use up, setting spray. The Clean ID Hyaluronic Fixing Spray from Catrice was nice enough, but probably discontinued. This was limited edition, and I'm so sad. I'm so sad that this was limited edition because the Disney Villains Cruella Hydrating Fixing Spray from Catrice was really nice. This I stopped using before I could use it up because it dried out my skin. This is the Catrice Bang Boom Brow Fixing Spray. Last but not least, the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Fixing Spray. I love this stuff. I bought 2 backups of this in the Black Friday sale. I used up 1 face powder this year. This is the Essence Skin Loving Sensitive Mineral Powder. When powders get to this point, you need to start repressing them to get all of the product out. And I find that always messes with the consistency of the powder. So that's why, since my brush could no longer pick this up, I decided to stop using it. And then a C.O. Bigelow Vanilla Mint Lip Balm that I used up. And then we get to some more exciting bits. So I used up 3 concealers. I wasn't aware. I thought I had used up just the 1. Apparently I used up 3. The Moist Creamy Concealer by Appui is one that I used up just right now. This was in my November Shop My Stash, and I went through it in about 2 months. The Nabla Regeneration Concealer was really nice, but it has one of those spongy tip things. I don't love those. They eat up product, and that's why I felt I used these up really, really quickly. And similarly, the Stay Natural from Essence. This was nice enough. I had never tried this before. This is a very long-standing Essence product. This was in the shade Tender Rose. It's more of an under eye brightener, but it was a nice product. I used up 1 foundation, the Ordinary Serum Foundation in 1.1N. There's still a little bit in here, but every single time I try using this, the pump just squirts product everywhere. And you need to shake this up every time before you use it, so you can't really easily put it in another container or like take the cap off, because then you can no longer use this. Most exciting perhaps, these 2. I used up a lip balm. This is the Tower 28 Milky Jelly Gloss in the shade Coconut. I wanted to use this up before it expired. There is a teeny tiny bit left in the bottom, as you can see here, but I find that it's very difficult to get out because of the stopper. Could I take out the stopper and use it the whole product? Sure, but I have a million other glosses that I love just as much. I'd rather get those than trying to like rack the packaging and whatever. Those stoppers are in there for sanitary reasons, and this is a product that expires really quickly to begin with, so I don't want to mess with it. And finally, this is an eyeshadow that I've used up. It probably looks like there's still something left, but my brush cannot pick it up, and I just know that when I scrape this down one last time, that it's just going to be one giant pan, because there's very little product here actually. This is Max Vanilla, and this was a single I had. It had hard pan when I started using it, and I had to scrape it down every so often in order to keep it working. So this can now go into the trash. So those are all of my makeup and beauty empties of 2022. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will have totaled up everything by now. As I'm filming this, I have no clue yet, but I'm still predicting it's probably less than last year. Who knows? I already explained to you why that sort of happened, but it's a new year, new chances. I'm pretty sure that if I can just live my life the way I'd like to, then I will probably have used up a lot more again next year. So stay tuned for another video next year. I only do these once a year because I feel they're a bit more fun that way than more regularly. And this way you can get a full lowdown of everything I used up. Of course, I have lots of other content coming your way, so stay tuned for all of that goodness, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye!